What's up guys, it's Victoria from Under Victoria's Spell, and today's video I'm going to be talking about bookish apps, the apps where you can read and talk all things books. I'm so excited to talk about each of these apps and kind of go a little bit in depth in case you're not familiar with some bookish apps. So let's just hop right into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna hop right into this video. Whenever I first started reading, I literally was like, this is the only way I can read, which is physically. I didn't really know that much about, digital books, and I always wanted to read digitally. That way I could take my books with me wherever I went. And plus, if you're someone who has a budget, a lot of these apps are going to be for you. I live on a budget. I like to, get a bang for my buck anywhere I go. So I'm going to talk about the apps that I currently use and some other apps that you are able to check out. Because whenever I first got into reading, I wish there was a video like this, or maybe I just didn't look hard enough for some bookish apps. So the first app that I used whenever I was younger, and I thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread, and that was Wattpad. Wattpad was an app that someone had told me about whenever I was in school, and I was like, what is this? And they're like, it's free books. And I'll, who doesn't love the word free? So I was like, okay, I have to check this out. Well, Wattpad, of course, is such a well-known app today. That's where a lot of authors made their name, such as Anna Todd, and I believe Colleen Hoover also put some of her books on there. I believe Maybe Someday was also on there at one point. So it is such a good platform to read from authors or people who are just starting writing, and you can kind of give them feedback on their books. I remember there was a certain book that a chapter would only come out once a week, and I would just live for those days because I had to know what was going to happen next. So I really enjoyed, when I was younger, kind of discovering different people's writing styles. You could also write your own book. I definitely attempted whenever I was in high school, and writing is just not for me. I'm much better as a reader. But Wattpad is really good because you have that free opportunity. I believe now, I don't get on Wattpad very often at all, maybe once a year. But I think that they do have a paid version now, or you have to watch an ad. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I mean, hey, there's free stories, and if you want, to consume some really great material with different genres, I think that Wattpad is a really good app. I know if you love fan fiction, that is a big thing on Wattpad, especially during my teenage days. One Direction fan fiction was like the thing to be reading. So I don't know what it is these days, but it's a really good app if you are looking to discover different people, practice your own writing skills, and read on a budget. Okay, and the next app that I'm going to be talking about is one that I use actually the most, and that is Kindle Unlimited. It's a subscription from Amazon, and they run a lot of really good deals. When I first signed up for Kindle Unlimited, I believe I got the first 3 months for 99 cents, which was not bad at all. And now I currently pay $9.99 for Kindle Unlimited, and there's literally thousands of books that you can read on there within your subscriptions, and there's a lot of them that you can read and listen for free. So I think that that's a really good price for how many authors and how many books are on there. And it also really gives you an opportunity to discover new authors and try them before you go out to the bookstore and you want to pick up a physical copy of one of their books. I know that since I have had Kindle Unlimited, I have discovered so many new authors, and I'm so glad that I have this subscription. It'll be a subscription that I will probably keep forever because it is just so convenient, because you can read it on your phone, you can read it on your Kindle, your iPad, and there's so many Audible books that you can listen for free, or you can add some audiobooks. They range in prices from like $2 to $8. And so that's not bad whenever you go to a store, and a book could be anywhere from $13 to 20 something dollars. So I really love Kindle Unlimited, and it's really easy to use. They break it down by category, and after you like read a few books, it'll start suggesting other books for you based off of your reading taste. And I absolutely love Kindle Unlimited. I don't think that I would read half as much as I do, or have discovered as much as I have of authors and the reading taste that I really enjoy without having Kindle Unlimited. So I think it's definitely something you could invest your money in and definitely get the results that you are wanting to get from having the Kindle Unlimited subscription. The next two apps I'm going to be talking about is two free apps. You do not pay anything for either of these apps. There's only one requirement, and that is to have a library card, which is also free. Hopefully in your state and where you live, it was free where I lived. So the first app that I use a lot is Libby, and you just have to put in your library in your town, and it will just pop up all these books, break down by genres. They have audiobooks, they have magazines. I believe some of them have podcasts now, which is awesome. But Libby is really great if you're not ready to kind of spend a lot of money on books. You are kind of just wanting to listen to the free stuff, which is completely fine because they have so many options. And you also get, I feel like, compared to other apps, you get a little bit of a different types of authors on there. At least in my Libby app, I have a lot of authors on there that I've really never heard of in my other apps that I currently use for reading, and I really enjoy having that difference of what I'm in the mood to read. Like, Katie Evans is one of my favorite authors, and all her books are on my Libby app. On Kindle Unlimited, I don't believe that any of her books are on there. I believe you just have to pay for them and then download them to your Kindle. So I like that there's a difference in the apps that I use. But Libby, you just have to have a library card, and you can check out, I believe, up to 15 books. And if your book is not available, you can place a hold, and it'll tell you how long before your book may be available. It could be shorter than that, just based off of how people read and how many copies that your library has. Really enjoy this. I use Libby a lot for audiobooks. I don't really read like on the app. If I'm wanting to read an audiobook, I always go to the Libby app and see if it's available. I will either place it on hold so I know about how many weeks before I'm going to be able to get this audiobook, or I just go ahead and borrow the book. So it's really great for audiobooks, and it's completely free. So if you're someone that is on the go all the time and you're looking to, get up your reading, they have really great audiobooks on there. I highly suggest the Libby app. I'm really grateful that I have that app. And the next app that I'm going to be talking about is another free app, and it's one that I recently just got into within the last couple months. So since I've been watching BookTube and being on BookTube, I would hear people talk about this app, but I guess I just wouldn't really process like where they were reading this from. I honestly thought this was another paid subscription, and I try to like limit my subscriptions that I subscribe to, because you know, I don't use them all the time. Kindle Unlimited is my main subscription that I'm using constantly. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Hoopla, which is one that I really, really love. It is a free app. You are only required to sign in with a library card and connect it that way. And the only catch with it is you can only check out 4 titles a month. Whenever I looked it up, it said 3 online, but whenever I use the app, it always lets me check out 4. So it may be 3 to 4 depending on where you live. But Hoopla offers some really amazing authors that are really big in the romance community, or any genre of book that you read. I'll read mainly romance. Authors that are so well known, authors that are on Kindle Unlimited, authors that are not really talked about a lot, or books that are not talked about a lot, they are on there. I also primarily use this with audiobooks as well. I do have some physical books or like ebooks that I would read on there that aren't on Kindle Unlimited, but mainly for audiobooks, it is more convenient for me. I go through phases where I really want to read ebooks, I really want to read physical books, but right now I am into audiobooks because when I'm driving, before I'm going to bed, while I'm getting ready, I'm listening to an audiobook. So they have some amazing audiobooks on there. I'm currently listening to Sarah J. Maas's Agatar series. I'm in the 2nd book right now. They have the graphic version and the regular version. So there's different options on there, and I'm really enjoying being able to read, you know, that on the go. I really love that. They're Catherine Cowles, which is an author who has really blown up this year. I have some of her books saved on my list to read later on because she isn't on Kindle Unlimited. You have to pay for her books, but she has some of her audiobooks and her ebooks on Hoopla, so I'm excited to pick up her books eventually and have the option to listen to her audiobooks. So Hoopla is really great. It's free. You just need a library card, and you can check out up to 3 to 4 books a month, which isn't bad based off of the speed of audiobooks that I listen to. 3 to 4 books will kind of last me the whole month, especially compared to like using Libby and Kindle Unlimited as well with my audiobooks. It works out really great for me. So definitely check out Hoopla. It's really amazing. Next app I'm going to talk about is an app that I don't currently use, but I have used in the past, and that's Audible. That is an app that is so well known, and lots of people promote it, and I have tried it out. It's not something that I really was into at the time that I picked it up because I wasn't in an audiobook phase. So for the price that I paid for it and me actually reading my 1 book a month, it just was not worth it for me. I may go back to it eventually, especially now that I read more audiobooks, but it is not one that I currently use. But it is a subscription service. I believe that it's $19.99 a month. I could be completely wrong. I believe that's what I paid for it whenever I used it. Could be wrong. But you get to choose 1 title a month, and you get to keep that book forever. And I know that they also run a lot of sales where they put their audiobooks on like extreme discounts, which is awesome. I honestly wish that I was subscribed to that during that time, because I know there's a lot of audiobooks that I would have loved to get that were like $1 and $2 to $3 to $4 to $5, you know. So, and Audible has a lot of originals. I know some people that I watch on BookTube, they talk about the Audible original books, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to pick those up, but I don't have the subscription. So it's definitely something that I might consider going back to later on. But Audible is a really amazing app. It has a lot of authors on there, authors that you love, books that you love that you can listen on the go with, and I absolutely love that. But it is a bit more expensive compared to obviously your free apps and the Kindle Unlimited subscription. So if you're willing to spend a little bit more money and you're someone who's on the go all the time, I think Audible is a really amazing app to use, and it's definitely one that I'm going to consider going back to later on. But definitely check out Audible. Amazing app. Next app I'm going to talk about is actually one that I just discovered a couple months ago, and that is NetGalley. NetGalley is a little bit different from all the other apps that I've talked about. So if you are a very person who loves to write book reviews and give feedback, and you also want to receive early copies of books, NetGalley really is for you. But it is not an app that you can go on and just, you see a book you like and immediately get it. No, you have to request that book. You have to say why you want to request that book, and you have to give feedback on that book. It is a completely free app, but it is harder to get those books. But if you are someone who would love to receive ARCs, like to write reviews, and kind of just get a different taste of different authors, I think that this is a really good app. I look at NetGalley all the time. I see so many authors that I've never heard of that I'm like, wow, even if I don't get this book, this is a book I want to be on the lookout for later on. And I really love that. I've been on NetGalley since I think September, and I've requested probably like 30 books, and I've only got like 3 to 4 that the author or the publisher has accepted. I mean, that's okay. It's still ARCs that I can read and review and get early access to, and I really appreciate that. As a reader, you get that opportunity to try new authors, give your feedback before the books are out, or sometimes the book's already out and you can also request it, but it is already released, which is also completely fun. But I really enjoy NetGalley. I think it's a really great opportunity if you're wanting to meet new authors, build relationships, and also just have a different reading taste because they offer so many different things. There's not a lot of audiobooks in the romance category. I can't speak to the other categories, but it's more of an ebook type of app that you can use. And the last app that I'm going to talk about is not really, well, you can't read on the app, but it is an app that I couldn't live without. Like, it keeps me together, and that's Goodreads. This is an app that if you are not using and you read a lot, you definitely need to download this. This is how I keep up with the books that I'm reading, my reading goal. This is where I write all of my reviews and leave my ratings. This is where I keep up with my friends and what they're reading, where I can look at their reviews, their star ratings. Also, you have an option to look at other books that you may be interested in and add it to a bookshelf of what you would like to read. I keep my DNFs here. It really is an app to kind of just keep the reader very organized. This is where I literally keep up with everything, and I'll absolutely love this app. I've had it since like 2012. It has been a long time, and it's something that I will always have with me. So if you are a reader and you want to keep up with how many books you are reading, they have reading challenges, which is really awesome. I love seeing people update their reading challenge. I've already met mine for this year, and I can't wait to pledge my reading challenge for next year as well. But I really love this app. I love reading other people's reviews. That really gives you a good idea of how people are feeling about the book, because it gives you their average star rating. You can go and read all the 1 stars to the 3 stars to the 5 stars. Really enjoy this book a lot. It's an app that I could not live without, and I really hope that you don't either. those are all the apps that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm sure there's a million more. I know there's a few that I didn't talk about specifically. That's because I don't have enough knowledge about them, and I don't want to recommend an app unless I know something about it. But those are the ones that I know the most about. I have either used or I currently use, and I think that as a reader and you're looking for some bookish apps, these are the ones that are really great to start with and ones that you really need to have in your everyday life. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday with my mid-month December wrap-up. I cannot believe we're getting so close to the end of the year and we're getting close to January. But I will see you guys next time. If you have any bookish apps that you think I need to check out, please let me know below, and I would love to hear. Bye, guys.